Alright guys, today I'm going to be showing you Video Hotspot 2.0 for your UNIFI network, how to make your guest network look more professional, freaking awesome, and we're going to do some rules to let stuff in, and they'll be working too, so let's get into that video. Alright, so when you've created your network, if you guys want to watch, I have another video up here if you want to do firewall rules, but I will be having a video 2.0 of that too. Simplifies it and makes it even easier and even cooler new stuff that you can do. But for now, I'm going to be showing you. So once you've created a network that you want on your guest network, you're going to select it. And you're going to have to make sure that guest network right here is selected. This hotspot won't be activated, won't even show up, at least one of your networks have this. Now you can make multiple guest hotspots and landing pages too on a single UDM device as long as it supports it. But if we go to here, we turned it on, it says isolate this network from other virtual networks, so it'll automatically do that for you once you do it. Networks not defined as guest networks. Using firewall rules on the UNIFI gateway, guests on this network are able to communicate with each other and access the internet. If the landing page is enabled in the hotspot manager, guests are also redirected to authentication. So I'm going to be showing you all that. So we're going to be doing this first. So the first thing, once you get your network set up, the IP address range, the name, we're going to want to, and your security, you're going to want security on it now because we're going to be changing stuff on it later, but do your password that you want on for your guests now, because when we're doing the landing page, we don't want people to be able to get on your guest network while we're doing it and stuff like that. If you haven't done Wi-Fi, then you're fine already, but if you have done Wi-Fi, just leave your password as it is for now because we're going to change some of it later. But while we're making that guest page cool, we don't want anybody else to get on your network, because we're going to have to set it to open with no passwords for the Wi-Fi for it to go to the hotspot landing page. So first, once we've enabled this, we're going to want to go down to this little tab called Insights. We're going to go to Hotspot, and as you can see, here's our landing page. And it will also too, so if we go back, let's go back. This right here will show all the authenticated guests too. So you'll be able to see anyone that the hotspot page authenticates, and if they're reoccurring, and you can click the month, the year, whatever you want to do again too. And it will keep them. And the cool thing is too, if a guest has left the network for more than a month, it might not show up here. But if they come back, you will see, oh, this guest is a reoccurring guest. If you set how long you want them to be able to put the password back in and stuff. So I'll show you all that too. It's pretty cool because there's an authentication time frame that you can say, hey, I know I gave you the password, but you're only able to use this for 8 hours and you have to put the password back in again. So there's all this cool stuff that we can do. So we're going to create the landing page. This is mine that I've created. You can edit right here. This is all the names. I actually did this on Photoshop so I could put my own custom title. Otherwise, it would just show up like whatever you want there. And then the title one, too, would be up above, even bigger. And I was like, I want it to look nicer. Made my own custom one on Photoshop. Made it look cool. I'm a huge Dragon Ball Z fan, so I kind of made it look cool for the Red Ribbon Army is for the guests. And then log in, that's what the button says, log in. These are the terms of services. Usually it's off, but I already had it. So this is my terms of services that you can edit and take stuff out. It also predefines other sayings in here that like, are you of age? I took that off. Or like if you're paying for it too, you're paying for this and you get what you get. I took that out too because I'm not paying. No one's using this for pay, which you can set this up for pay too. You can literally in a hotspot, coffee shop, have this paid to use if you wanted to. If you wanted to have a Wi-Fi guest open, that's a paid network so people can come into the coffee shop, but they're like, hey, you know what? Wi-Fi is not free here. You got to pay for it. You can set that up too on this. It is freaking awesome. So I also put my logo, a PNG, because I didn't want to have the background behind the logo. You can use an image or a gallery, so it kind of changes, but I wanted a certain image, so I put this in here. I edited that on Photoshop, so it's the perfect size and everything, or you can do colors. You can also edit your size of your logo here, or size of an image, or your family, or stuff. Just knowing that not just family members, anybody who clicks to connect to this network will be brought to this page. So I wouldn't put, unless you don't care what's out there, some pictures of your family behind there if you don't want strangers to be able to see or who your family is. Next on it, we can go down to the colors, so you can adjust. This is the text box color here, and you just kind of can play around with these and everything. But yeah, you can fool around with all this stuff. This box here is the size like the corners of the box. I like them beveled around the edge, but box occupancy, I like 50, so you can kind of see through it. You can just bring it all the way up. You can only set it to 1 if you want it like not there. So 1 is the most. You can't do 0, but you can do 1 and 1. So if we do 1, boom, it's like it's not there. If you try 0, it won't let you save it. It'll just be like, oh, error. See, look, there's an error. If you do 1, it can save it. Just a heads up for that. So if you try to do that for a while, like 55, back, so you can kind of see it through. It still looks freaking awesome. Actually, you know what? Let's do 50 looks like. Yeah, I like 50. Okay, so that's what that looks like. Then we can go to the welcome message. So the welcome message is after they've put in the correct credentials. This is the thing that they'll get to basically message like, oh, you did it, yay, kind of a thing. Or welcome to whatever network or something like that. You can put whatever you want. I just have welcome because that's all I care about right there. Next, we can go to authentication methods. So like they have Facebook, payment, like I said, vouchers, Radius if you want to do Radius. They have all these cool things you can do. I put password. You can edit your password. Put it, I'm not going to show it, but that's what the password is. You can put your password in here, and this is what the password they'll have to use to get onto your network. So when you leave your guest network, you will set that security protocol to open, because what will be handling the password authentication now will be the hotspot page itself. So it'll just redirect them to the hotspot page. It's pretty freaking cool. And depending on your phone or tablet too, so your phone's probably going to see just a little bit of this. It's not going to be able to see the whole background. A tablet will definitely be able to see it all. A computer screen will be able to see it all. It just depends on the size of the device screen. But, it tries to fit the most important stuff on there. But it still looks cool and professional. And either way, it just looks awesome. Next are the settings. So here's the important thing. So we got all our stuff here, minutes. I wanted, you can do user defined. I wanted to pick my own, how long. And if I calculated this out, I think this was like 200 years or something like this of minutes. Let's just see. Boom, control C. How many days is V minutes? So days, years. Was it years or days? I did it. Should be days. Yes, days. I fixed it for myself. There we go. 2,737 years. Thank you for telling me this. I wanted it in days, not minutes, because I wanted this for my family and friends to come over, so I'll be dead, everyone will be dead by that time, so that should be infinite, basically. It's basically forever, basically, because I ain't going to be around, and my equipment's sure not going to be around by that time, so it's forever. So basically that. You can do encryption if you want a secure portal. I would recommend leaving this off, otherwise it's going to do more security that your device is going to question whether it should go there or not. Trust me, this is secure enough. It has encrypted URLs, HTTP restriction support, and it will show landing page. So that's what it'll be off by default. So it'll be like this when you're editing it. Turn it on, and you'll be rocking and rolling. Then people will actually be able to be taken to your landing page. Here's another thing. If we scroll all the way down here, it already has the RFC 1918 rules right here. So this is the rules that actually separate the guest network to be non-visible to the other networks on your network. So basically this is what's going to restrict it, and they're not going to even come up either. It's freaking awesome. When you hit that guest on, you're going to search, they'll see nothing on the network. It's so awesome. But things that you want to allow on the network, this pre-authentication right here, this is to the printer. So I added my printer here because I want this to be allowed. It's on a different VLAN than what my guest network is on. Even if I do it in the firewall rules there, under guests, it has to be in here too, otherwise it will not. I'm telling you, it will not work. So I have it right here, as you can see. Now we're gonna go over here and go to settings, and we're gonna go to security, firewall rules, advanced, and if we go under guest, we have guest right here. Do you see this? I added it in here again. Guest in, guest, accept, and I added guest network to printer. And that's what you have to do to be able to get the printer on. Now, here's the thing. If I were to take it off or just have it here in the security rules and not have it on the hotspot page authentication, it would not allow it. And if I just had it on the hotspot authentication, but not had it in here, then it wouldn't work either. You gotta do it in both places. But as you think about it, it's not that big of a deal. It's a guest freaking network. Printer is like the most thing that some networks have. Most people are like, I never have anybody come over and print, so you don't even have to do it. So it's not that big of a deal. If you want to do your streaming stuff so people can cast when they're at your house, well, yes, add that in there too and add the protocol in there. But like I said, people are like, well, that's kind of stupid. You didn't want to, yeah, I know it's kind of dumb, but you know what? It works and there's no problem with it. And whether rule I would recommend adding, this is another rule I'd recommend adding, in the guest, is block it to the UDM interface under guest. So we're going to click it right here, and as you can see, guest local, block guest to UDM interface, and then we'll do drop. Network is the guest. IP port, we're going to block to gateway and block to SSH, and these are rules that you'll want to have created in my previous video up here. But I'll have a new video coming that's going to rock it out, even make it even easier for you. So stay tuned for that one. It's awesome. I actually got a new UNIFI device just for doing stuff, so I don't have to do it on my network all the time. It's just kind of like a mess around, play around router I got. So I'll be doing an unboxing and stuff on that too, but stay tuned. But yeah, so I just think this is freaking awesome. Now what I'll do is I will show you that if it's in there and it doesn't work, watch, check this out now. So what we're gonna do is, oh, and two, with your printer too. So even if you, let's say you have a laptop right here, like I have a laptop, and I've already added my printer in through the IP address, through IPPT, I can't even think of that right now. We'll just go to printers. We'll go to div settings. I can't even think of that right now. My mind is a blank. We're gonna go to devices and printers. We're gonna go to printers and scanners and add. And we're gonna go add device. Oh gosh dang it, I added it again. Don't need to do that again, but that's fine. Whatever. Exit out of that. We're just gonna go to back again. Begin. Okay. Here, we're gonna let this go, but I'm not gonna add it. So I wanted to show you guys an example. This is, oh, here we go. Add device manually. There we go. So that's how you would add your printer. So even if you've added your printer on your default network where you're able to print this way, your printer will not be able to be added the other way on the guest network. The only way to add it, even though you've already added it with the same IP address doing the same thing, you're gonna have to add it this way. So if a user comes over or a friend wants to use it, you go to add new printer with using IP address. TCP IP, I just thought of it before I was thinking, yes. God, I knew it was in my brain, and yeah. So then you just put your printer's address, whatever your IP address, you set it to static, and then, because I had 5 there because I was trying this, getting it working and to show you guys, and then you'd hit next, and then it would add the printer in. You see, once you do that, even though you previously had it on your other network, so your default network, on the guest network, you add it, and then you're rocking and rolling. But trust me, you're not going to be connecting to your own guest network all the time, other than just for testing this one time, and then you're rocking and rolling. So you won't need it on yours because there'll be no reason for your main computer to be on the guest network. So that's what I just showed you would do for somebody else that wants to add the printer on the guest network. So now what I'm going to show you too what the landing page looks like. So now what I'm going to do I'll show you this too. And we'll block out some of these and show you how it doesn't work. And you'll see my map drives too. I can show you that too. Here are my map drives here. And I'll show you how to add them in too. Well, actually, no, we'll just do we'll do the map drives. Well, yeah, we'll do the map drives. Okay, so what we're gonna do is go to security again. And we're gonna go to, where are we here? Traffic rules, guest. And we'll do that here in a minute. We're gonna create a rule here. Create rule. I'm gonna show you this. Guest in. We're gonna accept to NAS. Pool network will be guest, and the IP will be. Oh yes, one. Oh. Should just wait. There we go. That's what I was doing wrong. So 192.168.1.187. Perfect. And we're going to add rule. Perfect. And we're going to make sure it's yes and the accept. Perfect. And then we're going to go back to here. We're going to go to our hotspot and go to our landing page again. Settings. Right here. And then we're going to go to add host IP address 192.168.1.187. Perfect. And then I didn't think I hit save, did I? No, let's see. Okay, I guess it did save. Let's make sure. Yep, it's there. I didn't even realize I hit saved. It was so freaking quick. Settings. And then we'll go back to here. Hotspot page. I just want to make dang sure it's there. Landing page. Nope, it wasn't. That's what I thought. And save. There we go. Now it's in there. Okay, so we got that there, right? So here's the cool thing. I'm going to show you it's working, and then we're going to take one of these off, and I'll show you that it's not working. So, all right, guys. Future me here. Just wanted to let you know too, before we do anything, after we've created our page for everyone to connect to and everything on the hotspot landing page, you're going to want to go back to the network. This is my guest network. Remember how we enabled the settings on the network side of it? Well, on the Wi-Fi side, this is the Wi-Fi. So if we go back to the network, guest, we enabled guest network. So now on the Wi-Fi side, guest, see, network guest, we're going to go down and we need to change the security protocol to open. Just make sure your landing page, if we go back, hotspot, click page, make sure that you have your password set or whatever kind of voucher you're going to use, but make sure it's on there before you set that to open. All right, let's get back to the main video. I'll exit this out now. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect from there, and I don't have to connect to my network through Wi-Fi. I just turned off Wi-Fi, and you're like, hey, what the heck? Well, I set one of my LAN ports as my guest network, guest network VLAN. So now when I put in the cord, let's wait for it to come up. I got the little blinking sign. The new version of this is Windows 24H2, and here we go. Boom. It's going to ask me to put this in, so I'm going to hit accept. Well, terms, if I click the terms, you can see my terms. I'm going to put in the password. And hit enter. And there's the welcome. Never. We are in. We are on the network now. And as you can see here, you should be able to see my drives because these are on 117. This one won't work, so I'm going to refresh. That's why it's spinning around, because I did not give access to 117. There's 187. Boom! We have access because those other drives didn't have access anymore. So I'm going to show you now how it doesn't work. So we'll keep this open here, and I'm going to go back to where is it? My other page. So we're going to take out the network again, not on the guest network. We're going to reconnect to the main one again. Should be connecting here shortly. Connecting, and There, connected. I'm gonna refresh this page. We are back in it again. So now what I'm gonna show you how it doesn't work. So even though we got this IP address here, we go back here, go to security, and we go to traffic rules. We go under guest, which we already are, guest to NAS. We're gonna go back again, let's get that off. We're gonna go down here to manage, and we're gonna pause this one. Pause. It's paused, as you can see. Let's go done, so we can know it's not activated. Not activated. Remember, it's still over on that hotspot one. So now I'm gonna disconnect again. So go over here, turn this off. Then we'll put the cord back in. Wait a minute. Now I'm already authorized, so it'll just take a minute and then it will reconnect. See, I'm already reconnected because I get pre-authorization. See, pre-authorization already. But if we go to the drives, and I'll refresh again because it logged me again because of the thing, so spin. Why that should go. Oh wait. Oh, there it is. Well, shoot. Things happen, but I guess it does work still. That's very interesting. Obviously, you can see I'm not in the thing still. This is just going to time out as it's not doing anything, but yeah. So that one it is, but the printer one, I'm telling you, the printer one, you have to do it on both. I'm telling you now, you got to do the printer on both or it won't work. I'm telling you now, the printer I did, that's the one I did 5 times. So I'm just putting that out there. I did that 5 times, so I know it's the printer one. As I can see, I'm not on the network, but if we take this back off again, bring this back to connect. There we go. Me here, refresh. Well, that's good to know then. So we don't have to use this, manage. But if we were to do it here though, it definitely won't work. I'll show you that, so watch. If we just leave this here, actually let's just do that here. Put this back on, resume, done, like I said, okay. Then we'll go back to the hotspot page, here. There you can see my authentication right here. Here's my IP address that I was using and I was authenticated, new, so I'm a new person coming, because you can revoke them too, right here. If I make this, see if we get over here. So we can do unauthorized, and we can just unauthorized them right there. So that's pretty cool too. Let's see here. Go back to here and delete this. Hit save. And as we can still see, settings, security. I'm telling you though, if you're having problems with your printer, add it there too. Add it here in these firewall rules under guest, and they will work. I'm telling you that now. So we have the NAS here. Now we're gonna disconnect here, off. Okay, here. Put the cord cable back in. Let it get its thing, and there is, we're in. So now, click this. There we go. So yeah, it just won't work. The NAS is gone. That's what it does when it can't get any drives. It just does nothing. You're just stuck. You can't do anything on it. It's just nothing works anymore, even if you have it in those security rules. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna exit back. Now take this out again. I'm gonna go in here, turn it back on. And there it is. And then I'm gonna go refresh. I'm back in now. And then here, I'm just gonna delete these rules. So we're just gonna go to manage. Here. Remove. Yes. Perfect, perfect. But I'm telling you, for the printer, it just will not work. And I can't show my printer because my wife's sleeping where the printer is, and if I turn it on and run in there and show you, she'll cut my head off because she's tired. So yeah, that's how it is there. So yeah, But I'm telling you, if you add the printer that way, you can try it. If you want to, try Hotspot right here again. I'm going to say this again because I want you guys to know, hey, if you guys like these videos, like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you guys don't miss any of my videos. But hey, first thing you're going to want to do, like I said before, hit that landing page, go here, add your printer here, and if you do it that way and it works, good for you. But I have, well, I'd say about a 50% chance it's not going to work. Add it here and add it in those rules, and I'll show you those rules again just to make sure. Let's go to security, traffic rules, advanced, guest to printer. You need to do guest in, guest to printer accept, network is guest, and then the IP address would be whatever your printer is by default. So that's what you're gonna definitely want to do if it's not working, and I'm pretty sure it'll work. It's weird the NAS one didn't do that, but the printer one, I did. That's the one I did 5 times. So I know that's what I had to do to get it to work. So definitely will work that way. Too bad you just can't do it here regularly and it just works. I mean, kind of just more easy instead of having to do it on both different sections. I mean, guest is guest, so be kind of cool there because there won't be one of these guests here unless you've created basically a guest network by hitting that little check mark to allow the hotspot. So that's why I just think why can't we just do it here? But they have it in the hotspot, so there it is. But I did do the block to UDM. Wanted to make sure that nothing can get to that interface too. But yeah. I hope this makes it easy for you guys. It looks freaking cool. And what else we can do too, one more thing before I kick by, we're going to delete myself, unauthorize my own self from this because there's no reason for me to be authorized. So unauthorizing confirmed. Now it's unauthorized. This will go away too. It doesn't matter. It tells you the time and stuff, but it's going to go away after the month or how many days that you have for your, your system and your settings console to remember settings and stuff. Mine's for 7 days. So after 7 days, or it'll probably be gone. It won't be here anymore. This will just be gone. But even if it's gone and you never revoke somebody, if they come back to your house, they won't have to do the authentication again. It'll be fine because remember, we set it to when nobody will be around anymore that's alive right now. So don't worry. But hey, what I always say, I hope you and your family are having a rock and rollin' day. Peace out, and I'll catch you in the next video. Just remember, this is the newest network version of UNIFI. It is network version 8.5.6 of UNIFI Network. And peace out.